That's fair. I don't want to discard any of these. Alright, this is the move, guys. I didn't want to do it like this, but I don't want to discard any of our creatures as well, so let's bring out Vaultborn plus Ghalta. Then we bring out another Vaultborn. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Simic ramp deck. The whole inspiration for this deck came from Biomechan Engineer. This card says, when this creature enters, create a Lander token. And for 8 mana, you could draw 2 cards and create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token, which could possibly come up in the late grindy games, but we are mainly using this card for the first 2 lines of text for making that Lander token. Plus, it makes a 2/2 body, so it could be a good blocker on curve. And speaking of Lander tokens, we make Lander tokens with the Sami's Curiosity. And since we have all these cards to make Lander tokens, we're going to be playing one Larval Scoutlander. And the whole idea is, if we could bring this out on 3, if we played one of these 2 cards on curve, then we could get rid of that Lander token to get up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped. And it just makes us not have to get rid of one of our lands that we already have on the board, so we could utilize our mana and curve out to get the most lands we possibly can. The rest of the deck is everything you know and love about a good old ramp deck. We have Vaultborn Tyrant, we got Ghalta, and we are playing a full play set of Summon Bahamut because this card is insane. It is a perfect card for ramp decks in the sense that it is a flying 9/9 creature, but it has a lot of removal on it. It could draw you cards, and the Mega Flare ability could possibly come up in some situations. Since we're playing blue, we could play stuff such as Koma and Bonny Pall, which are very great cards to not only bring out with Smuggler Surprise, but to just cast for their actual mana cost, since we are ramping up very quickly in this deck. So we try to have the best curve we possibly can and bring out all our powerful creatures on an early turn. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Sami's Curiosity, 4 Smuggler Surprise, 3 Biomechan Engineer, 1 the Irencrag, 1 Larval Scoutlander, 2 Hulking Raptor, 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 1 Bonny Pall Clearcutter, 4 Vaultborn Tyrant, 1 Koma World Eater, 4 Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, 4 Summon Bahamut, and for the lands we got 2 islands, 5 forests, 4 Botanical Sanctum, 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Willowrush Verge, and 4 Adventurers Inn. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day, and if you want to become a member, you could get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. I'm going to keep this. So, turn 3 we get to go for Hulking Raptor, which will be very nice. We just have to survive to get into all of our other powerful creatures, of course. Go for Hulking Raptor. And let's say next turn we could, if we could draw a land, then we could go right into Vaultborn Tyrant. And that will definitely throw off our opponent for the most part. They swing with both. That's very interesting. I guess they're confident that we're not going to block, which is fair, of course. Okay, so we get our land that we needed. I could go for the Koma, but Vaultborn Tyrant does a lot more for us. So we're going to leave it like this. The worst case scenario is they use Sheltered by Ghosts. So now we stopped them in their tracks. I mean, sure, they're going to get all this value off all their creatures and whatnot, but they're not pressuring us to the point where we're going to lose immediately. But now we could do a crazy play of our own. And it all starts with Smuggler Surprise. Wait a minute. Okay, we got 7 mana, so I could use the extra mode on this just because why not? Go for Ghalta and the summon. The summon will get rid of Exemplar of Blight. Draw a bunch. And now we're going to bring out our whole hand. And then we're going to trigger the other Ghalta, and we're just going to keep going. Keep forgetting it doesn't say thanks if they use that response thing. Alright, so yeah, that's enough value to win. Okay. If we didn't have this Llanowar Elves in our hand, I would think this hand is horrible. But if we could have this stick on the board, then we could go into the Overlord on turn 2. And we get to go first, by the way, which is very nice. So let's see if they interact with our card or not. And they sure don't. That's good for us. Go right into the Overlord. We just want to get to the Smuggler Surprise very early. So, this means I only have 2 mana to play around with. Interesting. If we could draw a land, that would be great. It's not a land, but can't go wrong with the Vaultborn. So now it should be over if we draw that land. We could go Ghalta, Vaultborn, and then bring out a whole bunch of creatures. And at the most, right now, we're going to take 2 damage this turn, which I'll easily take. No big deal at all. Alright, so let's see. Well, you know what? The good thing is we could play this now as a creature. And it gives us an everywhere land when it enters. So, even though they get rid of that, we have our 6 lands, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So yeah, we take a bunch of damage, no big deal. But this is where we play that tapped, and we're going to pass. And let's say they get rid of this Overlord and try to swing again, then we're going to Smuggler Surprise and go super over the top. And if they don't attack, we're still going to do our big play. Alright, so we go Smuggler Surprise. Get the summon out. Take care of that guy. And we get it. Okay. I mean, it's not the best hand in the world. In the sense we don't have any early stuff to... Okay. I'm going to stop right there. We drew the early ramp. I was going to say we didn't have any early, 1-drop, 2-drop cards to progress our game plan, and we drew it, so it's all good. So what this means is that we could use the Smuggler Surprise to find another creature, perhaps. Maybe an Overlord, so we could try to just find some ways to just ramp up quicker. Alright, so let's do this now, since they're not going to do anything else. Oh, look at that, we did find the Overlord. Ghalta is very important, and the Overlord is what we need, so let's do that. That was actually the perfect mill. So now we're guaranteed to go Smuggler Surprise if they don't interact with our Llanowar Elves. Or, should I say, if they don't get rid of both of them, we'll do it because we have our land for next turn either way. Play this. And now we wait for them to attack into all our creatures. That's fair. I don't want to discard any of these. Alright, this is the move, guys. I didn't want to do it like this, but I don't want to discard any of our creatures as well, so let's bring out Vaultborn plus Ghalta. Then we bring out another Vaultborn. Now we're just going to keep drawing cards, gaining life. Double block. But the only problem is I'm going to get another Vaultborn. Okay, we get to go first. This is a pretty good hand for us. Go right into the Llanowar Elves. Ramping up as fast as we possibly can. Okay, they're playing the Azorius Artifact deck. Everyone's favorite. I think we need to bring out a Overlord right now. Gotta put the pressure on immediately. I mean, sure, they could use the Snare, but that means they just won't use Synthesizer instead. Yep, that's fair. Now we get a Vaultborn Tyrant, which will draw us a card. If we could draw any powerful creature, it'll just give us more momentum with the Vaultborn Tyrant being able to draw us cards. But they could also just snare again if they have it. But who knows? Enigma Jewel. That's fair. Fortunately, we don't get what we want. But it's okay. Play the Engineer. We're just going to ramp up a lot. So let's say we don't draw anything good next turn. If they don't get rid of the Biomechan Engineer, we could pay 8 to draw 2 cards and make that colorless 2/2 robot artifact creature token and just give us more cards. And since we're ramping up, getting to 8 mana is very easy, as you can see. So let's see what they do, and then we'll see what we draw, and then go from there. So now this United Battlefront is going to be very important, if they get any synthesizers or not. Or snares. The snare could definitely hurt. What's it going to be? Okay, I mean, that is definitely unfortunate. Because we really could have used those cards that we could have drawn with the Biomechan Engineer. So, it is unfortunate, but we are pressuring them still. They can't use their repurposing pay on any of their artifacts because I would get those creatures back. So they're going to have to do something else with the cards in their hand. For another snare. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. If they don't hit Vaultborn, that'd be insane. They were looking at the Overlord. I was like, wait a minute. What could we get? Okay, so that's pretty good. I have a good idea, guys. Let's check it out. It's called I'm Gonna Swing, and then if they try to target the Overlord, we give it hexproof with our Smuggler Surprise. And speaking of Smuggler Surprise, we're going to use all these abilities so we could try to find something to bring out. Okay, so this is perfect. So they go Snare. They target that, and now in response, we use Smuggler Surprise. We're going to choose all the modes. Those are some good targets. We got both of these. Play both of those. And we have hexproof on our creatures. Now, we go for the big swing. They can't block all this. Okay, we get to go first. I'll keep this one. Just because we'll be at 3 lands immediately with Sami's Curiosity for next turn. Plus, Smuggler Surprise could find us more lands and creatures if we need to. So you can't go wrong with that. So now, if they don't answer this, then I'll be able to go for Smuggler Surprise next turn. So let's see what they do. That's one way to get around it. The Ghalta is nice, though. But now we could try to catch them when they tap out, and we could, like that, for example. And we could bring out a crazy board, and I think that's what we're going to do right now. The summon will get rid of that, and Ghalta will bring out not only Koma, but the Biomechan Engineer as well. See if they can deal with this. Nice. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.